2 assassins, 1 target, and the guy about to lose? That's our hero. Watch.
サイレントアサシンだと。お前のような大物と依頼が被るとはついてね。とはいえ、標的を譲る。
So here's the real question. What's a power fantasy worth if the strongest kid in the room keeps trying not to use it?
That's a strangely tender question for a guy bleeding out on a rooftop.
Right? Knife at the throat, soft heart underneath. That gap is the pitch. Okay, a whole class of high schoolers, yanked out of homeroom, dropped into a fantasy kingdom to go fight demons.
The genre's busiest front door.
Front door, welcome mat, all of it. Everybody gets a cheat class. Hero, sage, the flashy ones. Our guy Akira pulls assassin.
Which sounds like the booby prize.
That's the trick. On paper, booby prize. His actual stats, quietly higher than the real heroes.
So he does the one thing no isekai lead ever does. He hides it.
Hides it. Smells something rotten about the king, keeps his head down, walks away from the chosen hero gig entirely.
On purpose. The whole time. But hold on, Jordan. Secretly overpowered guy plays humble is the laziest move in the whole genre.
You're describing my entire phone at 1 a.m. watch list. I know.
I wasn't going to say it. The question is whether this one earns the restraint or just poses with it.
And the show's whole answer is, he hides it because using it means killing. That's the spine.
So it's a power fantasy that's embarrassed by its own power. That's the sharper read.
Embarrassed by power. Yeah, that tracks.
Novel concept. A humble god.
And he's not smug about it either. That's the part that got me. No gloating, no speeches.
And it commits tonally. The episode titles are The Assassin Eats Bread. The Assassin Plays with a Cat.
It's a killer who'd genuinely rather pet the cat. 12 episodes, and it spends them on character, not on leveling up. That's the gamble.
Which is either the whole appeal or the whole problem, depending on your patience.
So the season actually opens on that rooftop you just saw. The assassin, cut down. Hold that image.
Because it comes back. The show bookends itself. That's a promise it makes on page 1. Starting on a death you don't understand yet, that's a confident way to open a show.
Episodes 1 and 2. The Summoning. The Class Ceremony. Akira clocking that his numbers are wrong high.
And the first real flex lands in 2. A training dungeon. A minotaur that should not be in there.
He pops shadow magic for the first time and takes the thing's head clean off. That is the action hook.
Okay, that cut is clean, and it wrecks him. He's gassed afterward. The show keeps the price on screen. I respected that.
Same. Costs her the whole ball game for me. Knight Commander Saren sees straight through the act and hands him a black katana forged by the first hero.
Saran's the first adult who looks at this kid and just knows. And then the crown turns on him.
Fugitive by the end of episode 2. So much for the chosen one. Episode 3 is where I fully bought in. He's cornered by a shape-shifting dragon.
That loses, and shrinks down into a talking black cat.
The dragon is a cat now. I love this show. And instead of finishing it for the dungeon clear, he goes, nah, I like cats.
And that's the whole epic. Right there. Watch what the show does in this next beat. The whole thesis, one scene.
夜でどうだその美しい夜空のような毛に
He bets his own life to bind their souls instead of taking the free kill. That's him in miniature.
And names him Knight. For the dark fur. Total cat dad energy.
Of course, that's the detail you latch on to.
I have a regular at the shop who'd adopt that cat before the scene even finished.
Knight might be the best arc here. Starts out nihilistic, a monster who's just done being alive.
And the leash isn't power. It's Akira saying his name.
A death wish trading itself for loyalty, one name call at a time. Quiet, but it's the engine.
Then, the elf homeland. This is Amelia's episode, an exiled elf princess with an enormous family wound.
She's a child of blight in elf superstition, blamed for a tragedy that was never even hers.
That is genuinely bleak. Her own people, her ex-fiancé, her rival, Kilika, every one of them lined up against her.
And Akira just refuses the entire framing. Duels for her right to pick her own life.
Watch the end of this one.
お前とかこいつとかじゃなくて名前決闘の前に呼んでくれたみたいに
お
早く
あアメリア
もう一回
アメリア
もっと
Call my name. Oh, come on. That is the whole turn right there.
Yeah. She stops being a quest objective and becomes a person who chose him.
Chills. Honestly. Amelia is the emotional engine from here on. Every stake runs straight through her.
And she reclaims her own worth instead of living the rest of her life under a rumor.
Took the genre long enough to let a girl do that.
Low bar. But it clears it, Jordan.
Beastfolk continent next. New land, ugly rules. Humans treated as second class. And a lord named Graham running something.
And the prejudice angle isn't set dressing. Humans as second class is the engine of the whole back half.
They catch a boat to a port city where humans get treated like cargo.
And the beast folk are superstitious about black cats. So Knight has to keep his head down here.
Poor guy can't catch a break.
They meet Crow, a blacksmith who reforges the katana. Looks ancient because he is. Nearly 400 years old.
400?
Give or take a few decades.
And episode 6 is the spectacle ceiling. Knight goes full Cerberus inside a labyrinth.
Watch how they hold the chaos. The one thing keeping him sane is Akira's voice.
Hi!
Three heads, full rampage, and the breaks are a name. The whole relationship in one set piece.
It's the episode 3 Soulbind paid back at scale. Same idea, just much louder.
Earned spectacle. My favorite kind. Episode 7 is the convert your friends one. A fight goes wrong. Amelia gets forced into hurting him.
And the show does not flinch from what that costs her. She's horrified. He nearly dies.
It is a lot. And then, after, the ring. And he just says it.
Watch where the camera lands. Not on a kiss, on a hand. A ring finger. A scar she hates.
アメリア俺はお前が好きだアメリアが望むならこの体に
I love you. Flat out. No 10-episode will they, won't they.
It's brave, honestly. They lock the romance at the midpoint and let everything after carry it. Committing early means the back half has something real to threaten. Smart structure.
Bro, I did not expect to get got by an assassin isekai. And yet, here I am.
And there's the soft center I always knew you were hiding.
Slander. Pure slander. Back half turns into a slow burn investigation. There's a beauty pageant, somehow.
There's always a beauty pageant.
Iron Law of Anime, that one. And that's where they pick up Laddie, a tiny demon girl with way more going on than she lets show. And the pageant has a dark edge. Past winners keep disappearing.
Which is what actually kicks the investigation off. The fluff is a lead, and Crow's real story surfaces. He wants Graham dead. Graham killed his sister.
Grief that's been curdling for literal centuries. That's a lot of marination.
This is the thematic core, Jordan.
Lay it on.
Crow says the moment he chose revenge, he gave up his own life. He's the warning label.
Oof, that lands. And the investigation actually slows down to breathe. Markets, canals, a little sightseeing date.
Which is the show telling you the gentleness is the point. not the downtime between fights.
And meanwhile, Akira's reputation is exploding. Episode 9. A king basically says, "Prove you're not a fraud."
Watch the flex. He beats the King's Head Knight using nothing but assassin tools.
待っててくれ。
武器を手放して戦うとは気でも狂ったか。
いや、今日は暗殺者らしく暗記で行く。
始め。
Bare hands, all tools, fully in control. Competence porn. I am not above it.
And it lands because the show spent 9 episodes making him hide exactly that. Earned, not gifted.
Every frame of it. And then episode 11. After a whole season as a rumor, Graham finally walks into the room.
Face to face. Akira, Amelia, and the man the entire back half has been circling. Finally.
And that is about where we have to start being careful.
Okay, this is where I close the book.
Yeah.
Episode 12 has a title, and I won't even say it. The title itself is the spoiler.
It really is.
What I'll give you is the shape. The whole season has been Akira refusing one specific line.
And 12 walks him right up to it. Everything, the no-kill rule, the family, that rooftop, comes due.
And the craft rises to meet it. This is not a spectacle finale.
It's a choice.
It's a choice. And it costs him something you've watched him guard for 12 straight hours.
Alex, you're doing the thing where you tease me and hand me nothing.
It's called discipline. You earn the rest by watching.
So, back to the question. A power fantasy where the strongest kid won't pull the trigger. Does it work?
It works. The answer it lands on is that the restraint is the flex.
Gentleness as the actual power move.
Staying soft in a world that keeps demanding blood. And it earns that. Slowly. But it earns it.
And we agree on the core, right? When it's about Akira refusing to become what the world wants, it's good.
We do. The character first stuff is the real product. The found family, the no-kill spine. That's the keeper.
And when it hits, it really hits. The binding, the confession, that head-knight duel. Heads up though, this is season 1, and it stops on a turn, not an ending. An opening run.
No season 2 announced, to be clear. But the novels are still going. I'm a couple volumes deep on my runs. There's real story past where this stops.
Okay, here's where we split. For me, strong recommend, not a desert island one. The slow patches are real. I drifted twice.
I'd push back on that. Hard. The slow patches are the show. You're docking it for being what it is.
Nah, I can love the patient stuff and still say 12 episodes felt like 14. Both things are true.
It's a grower, Jordan. The quiet does work you only feel in hindsight. A full tier above where you put it.
And I tell a newcomer, come for the shadow magic. Stay if the gentle stuff clicks. No promises it clicks.
That's underselling it. I'd tell them the gentle stuff is the reason. Go in for that. Or skip it. You're reviewing a marathon like it's a sprint. And that is the one place I think you're wrong.
So we're handing people opposite instructions on the way in.
As always, they can decide whose taste to trust. Anyway, it's the assassin who'd rather pet the cat than take the easy kill. Go see if the world lets him stay that soft. I'll be 3 volumes ahead, on a run.